So you can see personalized baby zip romper. So personalized baby zip romper, these guys rap right, like they rank right at the top. They rank at the top for baby zip romper as well. But they, like, you notice how it's like pretty niche. Like the first 4 words right there are the most important 4 words, but it's reasonably niche because it's personalized baby zip and then romper as well. It's not just like baby romper. It's not like zip romper. It's baby zip romper. So for that specific longer tail keyword, they rank really well for. And then because they've got the good pictures, because they've got a good store, because they got a good product, they've got a good everything, they just fucking kill it across the board. So that's the first 3-4 words. The first key phrase is the most important thing, by far the most important thing. Okay, so that's the first thing to understand when it comes to SEO. You can put these little like square, like it's straight line things as well. And then it's kind of like after this, it's also important. So one thing that these guys don't do that I normally do on my titles is I put the main keyword multiple times. But maybe these guys don't necessarily have a main keyword. I don't know. I can't see their exact rankings, obviously, because I don't have access to their store. But I would presume like romper or baby romper is their main thing. But anyways, that's a super good title because it's a fucking killer product. So it's a super good title, right? And then you can also see that they put the title in the description, something I've been recommending for fucking 2 years, right? Pretty much right at the top of the description, bar a couple things. And then you can see here that they put a couple different things in here as well: sensitive skin, blah blah blah, baby rompers, lovely baby shift, like the sleep suits, comfortable. They've mentioned multiple things throughout the entire fucking thing, right? But yeah, that's kind of SEO. To be honest, my viewpoint on SEO is that it matters, but it doesn't matter literally that much. Like, it does matter, but it's more important to have a good product, to have a good pictures. And it's like, I've seen so many products on the Etsy platform. Oh, I saw a good product the other day. Actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. You guys will like this product because this is the perfect example of, yes, here it is. So this bracelet right here is doing pretty well. Like, it's actually, like, for the amount of effort and the margins that this bracelet will be running is pretty much all the sales in the past month. And you can clearly see it's absolute shit. It's probably built by a child, right? But fair play to the little kid. Like, fair play, they're making fucking cash. And they've got a better store and better product than some people that DM me. But you can see with this right here, it's 10 quid, right? £10 was like $12. Completely free shipping, okay? Free shipping to the United Kingdom. Probably some money abroad. But this is terrible SEO. That's the description. Cars matching bracelets, free delivery. McQueen and Sally bracelet set, right? SEO is trash. Absolute shit. Like, the SEO is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 words for 10 quid, right? Absolute shit, but it's a wonderful fucking product. Because it's cars and blah, blah, blah. And it's the little red and thing. And it's cute and whatever. Fucking works. 10 quid. Cheap. Bestseller badge. Probably, let me see if they turned it off. They haven't turned it off. Okay. Literally, like, all their sales bar, like, literally, like, a handful of that one item. They've probably got 100 sales for that one item. It's like £1,000 for that one item. And it'll be fat margins. Like, this is going to cost, like, £1 to ship in the United Kingdom. Including the little letter, probably. Yeah, it should be. And then maybe the little bag, like 2 quid, the little straw stuff. If a child's doing it, a little bit of child labor, it's like, should be like 5 quid profit per. So they made 500 quid profit in like a month from just selling one tiny little shitty product that's actually handmade as well. So yeah. So that's a good example of SEO just not mattering at all. The romper is cheap as fuck. If you dropship it, you can undercut them. Yeah, but the reason why they're successful is because of the quality. So you can dropship them, but I don't know if it necessarily lasts too long, you know. What are your plans for Etsy in the future? So just continuing to fucking dropship on the platform. It's definitely got harder, especially in the past 2 years. Definitely got a lot harder. But continue to dropship on the platform. Start expanding out into other niches as well, such as print on demand. We just added POD, a bunch of POD stuff to Etsy Kings as well, and I was filming a bunch more of that stuff today. Then continuing, just use the Etsy money to pump back into Shopify. And when Etsy, like when I build the brands up so big that I don't need any other money, then it's like, fuck everything else off, basically. Just go retire, sit on a beach. Nah. I don't know, bro. Is there a video explain proxies? So the magical tool called Google. It's very simple, bro. Proxies is very simple. It adds power, looks more complicated than it actually is. How do you edit background for jewelry images? Good AI software to use for images. Bro, like, look it up. Like, there's Photo Room, basically. Or Photoshop. Have you noticed any increase in your sales in your stores now when people are getting banned so much more? In some niches, yes. In other niches, no. Because, bro, some niches are so easy to sell in still. Whereas other ones are quite hot. The ones that are quite hot, where we have a store in or we have like a partner store in, yeah, sales have gone up. Not a crazy amount. Because I think it's more like, it's the way people work. It's the way humans work, right? It's like bad news is like very big. Whereas like good news is very small. It's like if you watch BBC News, it's all bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. There's never a good story on BBC News. Maybe 1 out of 25 stories is good. There's bans, and the bans are definitely heightened, but to be honest, it's not that bad. Like, if it was really bad, I'd expect our sales to fucking double overnight, but they haven't doubled overnight for some of our stores. Craig, do you target Google SEO on any of your brands or just all paid traffic? So we have Google SEO, yeah, but it depends on the brand, but just SEO takes a long time, and I don't really like it's not really the best, because the industries we go into with the brands, we specialize in certain things. So what we mainly specialize in is we target brands that don't do paid media properly, because I know how to do paid media properly, whereas another brand, then maybe they've got SEO because they've been paying some guy £1,000 a month for the past 25 years for SEO. 25 years is an exaggeration, but it often happens where it's just a long period of time. But I come in, I don't give a fuck about SEO. These guys maybe running a little bit of paid media, they're paying some agency that shit at it. I come in and fucking fuck them up because I'm sick of paid media. So we do a bit of SEO, but SEO is more like a year into the brand being started. Well, yeah, like 9 to 12 months into the brand being started, we'll be like, okay, maybe we should do some SEO. Like, this is going pretty well. We've done like 1.5 M. Cool, let's do some SEO. But and we have a guy internally that has done some SEO but for us before. He doesn't specialize in that. It's not his entire role. But yeah. SEO is just difficult because it's hard to compete against someone else that's got it, because it's just hard to compete against someone else that does it. And if your competitors are doing SEO correctly, it's very difficult to compete against them. Personalized items such niches a viable option for beginners. Where do you find suppliers for this? Bro, suppliers are very easy. Like, there's Shine On, there's like a million different suppliers. Like, personalized item suppliers for Etsy. So this is what I'll take a look at, bro. So this is called, look, skip the ads. Actually, there's not really that many on here. What the fuck? Yeah, Gelato's a good one. Gelato's a big one. It's a good one. Printify, probably the biggest, most well-known one in terms of like customizing jewelry and stuff like this. Shine On's pretty good. Shine On's quite a big well-known one. I've used Shine On many times before. We currently use that before as well. Lots of random stuff on there. That's what I'd really recommend. Go search that up. To be honest, the best way to do it is to get your own internal kind of stuff. Like, if you can do stuff internally, then yeah. Like, if you guys have seen my podcast recently, I posted a podcast yesterday. So the guy that does print on demand, he's been doing print on demand on Etsy for like 3-4 years. And they do it in-house. So he manages the marketing side of things. He manages getting the sales, and his partner manages the actual fulfillment. And they've got a warehouse. They've got all that kind of cool stuff. Where did you buy proxies again? I remember you mentioned before, but didn't take note. Oxy Labs works. There's lots of different places. What are the main reasons for bans happening right now? So really what I've seen is it's definitely an attack on new dropshippers. This is what we've seen multiple times before, right? It's an attack on new dropshippers. It's never an attack on the old dropshippers, because I've got multiple stores that have been open 2.5 years. I was going to say 3 years, but 2.5 years. And we've got like partner stores, people that we work with as well, and people that I've helped, and they basically pay us to manage their stores. They've been open like 3.5 years. They do dropshipping, right? And our stores, the ones that are 2.5 years old, we haven't touched them in probably 1.5 years. Like, we've literally made no edits on them, not changed one thing. And they still have AliExpress pictures on them, right? AliExpress pictures. And it's so easy to find if you're an Etsy employee, if you're the Etsy algorithm, things like this. We're seeing that A lot more stores are coming back from bans, which is good. But we're also seeing that it's like an attack on like new stores, or an attack on just stores that are making actions, really. Because we're seeing so many like POD and digital product stores just getting banned left and right, which is obviously terrible for the platform. So I think it can't last much longer, considering the pure quantity of POD and also digital stores that are getting banned. People message me every single day, right? Because I'm quite active in some POD communities and stuff like this, and like literally, it's crazy. Like people get banned every single day for just POD, and that's like legit. Like we're not talking copyright, we're not talking dodgy shit. We're just talking like printified POD. So yeah. Are you selling digital products also? A little bit, but not really. People are lazy, using same AliExpress photos, not removing metadata, background, etc. Like really, that's the truth, right? Like the majority of the reason why people get banned is because they're being lazy, because they list the same products, because they list boring shit, because they don't think about things. If you think, it's very easy. That's the truth. If you think, it's very easy. How do we get faster shipping from China? So you want to get essentially a contract with a private supplier. The way you would go about doing this is you would either go on Upwork or Facebook group chats. Facebook group chats is definitely better. So you go on Facebook group chats, you find a private supplier, right? So you go on there, you find a private supplier. They'll normally specialize in niches, not always, but sometimes they'll specialize in niches. You go in, you find them. You get them. You get faster shipping. Normally you can get like sub 10-day shipping. Sometimes most of the time it'll be sub like 15-day shipping. And yeah, you fucking hit them up. Would you recommend just setting up a shop and leaving it idle for a month, or to age and then just start listing on it? No, I would not recommend this. I mean, actually, I don't really think that's necessary. I can't really mention too many things about getting around bans outside of Etsy Kings, to be honest. Like, obviously, you guys know how to join Etsy Kings if you want to. But in terms of that kind of thing, that's not what I'm personally doing. Soon Etsy will charge $15 when you open an account so they know you're serious about it. It's not really so they know you're serious about it. It's just so they make more money. But yeah, bro, they've already started doing this. A majority of stores, depends on location, but majority of stores, they already do this. So fine to go the organic route with Etsy. 100%. Organic is stronger than ever, to be honest. Bans fucking suck at the moment. Bans. For someone starting out, what would you say them to keep going and make this work? Bro, it's purely just a mentality side of things, right? Like if you give up once, giving up becomes kind of like addictive, right? Like, or contagious. Was that the word? Yeah, like you give up once, like you're going to give up again. So I just think about that, really, more than anything. It's like it took me really like a good like year to figure out Shopify dropshipping and figure it out, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't really necessarily, like if you can't motivate yourself, then I don't know. There's ways to get around everything. Have you tried opening accounts using your limited, or all you do is signers? You can't open an account just using a limited. It always has to be an assigner, or a signer and a limited also attached. Are there any discounts coming soon for the Etsy Kings program? Is it lifetime subscription? We offer lifetime most of the time. Well, we offer lifetime on yearly. And no, we never, ever, ever do discounts for Etsy Kings. I've never done a discount for Etsy Kings, and I never will do a discount for Etsy Kings. How many sales should a new store get before you stop stealing products from bestsellers on Etsy and start your own products that you find? Really is when you feel kind of comfortable enough to do it. I would say you start doing a mixture pretty quickly. I would personally say don't just steal exclusively. You magpie ideas almost than anything, right? You magpie ideas. So you take the idea and then you put that into something else, right? Like, let's say the baby romper kind of stuff, right? You look at it and you think, oh, that's interesting. They're selling one that's white. Okay, can I sell one that's like pink? Or can I sell a slightly different personalization? Can I sell something slightly different, you know? You know what I'm trying to say? But I would say maybe like 50 orders really is when you focus more on just like finding your own products. You know what I'm saying? What are the best niches for longevity or that have a lower ban rate? Bro, I'm not going to lie, I can't really mention that outside of Etsy Kings. If you're outside of Etsy Kings, send me a DM on Telegram. When you talk about reinvesting into your Shopify brands, what do you pump the money back into? So this is actually a very good question, Jack. Very good question. So with Shopify, it's very different to Etsy. Like in terms of, if you're doing Etsy dropshipping, it's very simple. If you're doing Etsy print on demand, it's very simple. You get the money Obviously, sometimes there's holds, but majority of the time, you just get the money, you pay a portion of that to your supplier to go ship the item, you keep the profit, right? 20%, 30%, 50%, 60%, 70%, whatever it is, right? Take the profit. Whereas with Shopify brands, it's a lot more complicated because let's say I'm making this product. So this is an SD card holder, right? Let's say I'm making it, right? So it's got a bunch of SD cards. I can't show you that, but it's got a bunch of SD cards in it, right? Let's say it's got a bunch of SD cards in it. It's waterproof, it's cool, right? Let's say I want to make my own one of these. I want to slightly change this one. I want to customize it and make it a little bit better. If I want to get this in the cheapest way possible, shipped all the way from China to one of my UK warehouses, it's going to take about 3 months to arrive. 2 to 3 months to arrive. So I'm going to have to do sea shipping. So ship it on a big container all the way from China to the UK. That takes 2 months. Production's really going to take a month, but it's going to take a bit longer to do mock-ups, back and forth, okay? So that's one product that takes 3 months to arrive. Let's just say 3 months, right? 3 months. So say if I want to buy 1,000 of them, they're $10 a piece. It's 10 grand right there, okay? That's 10 grand. So just buy 1,000. 1,000's not really that many, right? Because let's say I'm selling them for $20, that's only 20K. So let's say I sell that first 1,000 and I want to buy 10,000 more because demand's crazy. I'm then going to have to invest 100 grand into it. That's going to take 3 months to arrive. But I don't want to just have all the stock arrive in 3 months. I need to stagger it a bit, right? So I'm going to have 10,000 arrive in 3 months, but then I'm going to want another 5,000 maybe in like a month after that. And then a month after that, I want more and more and more and more. And as you're scaling, you're cash flow negative because you're selling products, you're making profit on the products, but you need to buy bigger and bigger and bigger bulk stock. So like Apple, for example, Apple starts designing their iPhone like a year and a half, 2 years before they've actually released it, right? A year before they start production. 6 months before, like they're shipping it all around, they're shipping it to the US, and then it'll already be in the US like 3-4 months before it actually gets released. So Apple got to have like $100 million in stock that they cut. Like they've got to spend that $100 million a year before they can sell their iPhones. So that's why like actually scaling a Shopify brand is so cash intensive. And that's why even though I can be profitable, I can still go bankrupt if I mess up the funds. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah. When do you usually wake up right now? Right now I'm waking up at this morning I woke up at like 8 a.m., 7:30, 8 a.m. What are some good sub-niches as genres for jewelry? High ticket. If money isn't an issue and I want to scale harder and faster, what should I do, Etsy or Shopify? Really, I would do Etsy in the beginning to understand the ropes and then focus on Shopify. But maybe if money's just not an issue and time's not an issue, money and time are not an issue, then it's Shopify. You can study that, go full into that. It might cost you 5, might cost you 10, might cost you 3, might cost you 2. You might get lucky. But it's more time as well with Shopify. Etsy's not very time consuming. You came much as fire, not a great job on the design. Yeah, it's one of the team members. What are the good... I'm always working whenever there's an Etsy Kings. That's why I'm asking you the Etsy Kings type of questions here. No worries, G. Just shoot me a DM, bro. Shoot me a DM, shoot Oscar a DM, shoot Gabe a DM, you know. Does Etsy Kings focus on digital products, dropshipping on Etsy too? We are bringing more of that in right now. So we brought in some POD stuff, and we're bringing a lot more print on demand stuff in, and then we're going to start bringing digital stuff in, and we're going to start expanding out. So basically, yeah. Can I start dropshipping on an all existing POD store, both same niche? Yes, 100%. Can you scale to 2K a month in your first 3 months organically? 100%. If you have the correct products, you can do fucking 200K in 3 months. Like, it's all about the products, bro. Like, the Etsy algorithm just wants the best product for the customers. Like, it doesn't care, okay? Do you use shared container shipping or your own container? So sometimes it's shared. It depends on the position, but most of the time it's kind of like own. Well, it varies a bit, to be honest. Like, sometimes we use fucking FedEx Express if we have to, and we have to get it there. So, yeah. How many stores do you have to maintain 300K a month? They're like big stores, the ones that are pretty consistent now. There's about 12. Those are the ones that do decent numbers. And then we have maybe like another 10 more that do kind of smaller numbers. And then it varies a little bit.